This is the story of Inspired Existence, and basically, to begin with, it all started with Descent Productions, Luke Kennedy and Dane Kilmore. My first show was Mini Madness 2011, and they had the freestyle motocross. They had, how many did they have? Probably 60 trucks there, minimum, and I thought it was the best thing ever. So I brought my little handy cam around, did some videos, made a film of that whole weekend, and Luke pulled me aside and had a chat to me and everything, and then a week later I decided to work for Descent Productions. So a year or two later, Kennedy and I decided, let's start a different page, something a bit different than any other page that's out there. We don't just focus on the trucks, we don't focus on just the customs, we focus on the people. The people is what makes the scene so great, and that's what we try to capture in every video we do. So it's all about the vibe, it's all about finding the right shots that portray how good the mini truck scene is. And yeah, that's what we've started to do since 2012. It is now 2019, and we've got the best team we possibly can have, helping us out in all our shows, just doing in the builds, getting to know everyone, getting involved in the scene just as much as we are, and we can't do anything without those people. So we've got Jim Davies. He does a lot of work for us on behind the scenes. He built our truck here, which is still in the works. We've got Momo. Basically, he's in Perth, so it's very hard for us to get in contact with him in person to do some videos. So on the side, he does a lot of stuff for us. So he did his own in the build last year for East Coast Cruise. Such a killer truck. He's really outdone himself with that. And him driving from Perth to East Coast Cruise is one of the highlights for us. Like, Inspired Existence isn't just about New South Wales, it's about the whole country. So anywhere in Australia, we're willing to go, if our funds allow us. He's also done the meets over there. He's done some doco stuff for us, which is what this is right now, Inspired Stories. We also got Kennedy. So Kennedy is part owner of Inspired Existence and has been since the start. He's the reason why I'm in the mini truck scene. Descent Productions helped me get into the mini truck scene like a step in the door. Kennedy has helped me from day dot. He's got all the old school footage. He's been around the scene for a long time, and he's helped me get involved in the scene more than what I thought I could get into. So I really owe Inspired Existence to him and his involvement in the Inspired Existence. So with Inspired Existence, we're not trying to be the best. We're not trying to have the best videos. We're just trying to showcase how great the Australian mini truck scene is. Whether it be the people, the trucks, anyone involved, it's such a great mini trucking scene that the outsiders just don't know what it is. And I personally know how hard it is to get in the scene, but that was close to 10 years ago. Right now, if you pull up to a car show, or you pull up to a scene and see a mini trucker, you can literally walk up to him and have a long chat with him. That is how good the Australian mini truck scene is. When it comes to shows, we try to sponsor everything that we possibly can, or help out in every single way we possibly can. Whether it be videos before the show as promotional, photos, or just helping organise anything that we need to. Like Lowrider Sunday, we had Alan Clark from Lowrider Sunday get us involved to do a mini truck show inside the Lowrider show, and that was great. Stuff like that is what we're trying to do. Like, we're stepping out of the boundaries. Last year we had Modified Live, which got a bit out of hand in certain areas, but we had our own drag alley at Sydney Dragway. That never happens. That's the first for us and the first for the Australian mini truck scene. So that's the sort of stuff that we're trying to do. We're trying to step out of the element that are just the norm. Like, we want to be different. We want to have different videos. We want to show different aspects. Basically everything we possibly can do for the Australian mini truck scene, we will do. That is our plan. That is our goal. So there's a lot of people we can thank for Inspired Existence over the years, but that's a big list, and I'm not going to go into that, but we appreciate every single person that's helped us along the way since day dot, and we can't thank you enough. We can't repay you enough. It's simply just overwhelming. Inspired Existence will live on, and we will keep going and producing more content every shows. We've got the documentary that's happening, Old School Australian Mini Trucking. We're doing The Journey, and that's going to be 20 years of Australian mini trucking. And we've got Russell's out and a whole lot of people helping us with that, and that is one thing that we're really, really trying to get a hold of. That is a long project. It's not as simple as, oh yeah, I'll film for a year and I'll get it done. in that year. That is not how this project is. This is like possibly a 5-year project. 'Cause Russell, put it this way, Russell's got a list of about 200 people that we've got to interview all over Australia. And we hope to get a video out at least once a year, minimum right now, as like a teaser, until we get all the episodes out in one. And every episode is going to be half an hour long. And you can imagine every episode is about 10 people. We've got 200 people, so there's a lot of episodes, so stay tuned for that. We've got some more inspired stories happening. We've got Momo doing more of that. We've got Kennedy doing some of that. Basically, our goal is to produce the best we can and to produce footage that you would want to see. So if you want to see more trucks, let us know. We'll put more trucks in. If you want to see more people, we'll do more people. Our filming and our production is based on what you guys want. So I have a story about this truck. Last year, I decided we've had Inspired Existence for, say what, 7 years? 7 years we've been going with Inspired Existence, and I've only had one mini truck, and that was a static. That wasn't even bagged. So we debuted that at Central Coast Showdown in 2014. And unfortunately didn't get it fully finished for the show, but still had it on show to represent Inspired Existence. And back then it was only myself and Kennedy and Dane. Since then I just wanted a bag truck. And last year, unfortunately, my daily driver had a crash, so I had a bit of extra money there that I could build something. And at this time I'm living with Jim Davies, and he goes, let's build something. Let's build something different. One of my great mates had a Triton that he wanted to get rid of for $100. And I thought, I don't want a Triton, I want a Nissan Navara. That's what I want. For 3 weeks, I could not find a D21 King Cab, the price that I wanted, or if the condition I wanted. So I bit the bullet and bought this hunk of junk off my great mate, and put some rego on it, drove it to Sydney, and basically took it to Jim's shed 2 weeks out from Halfway Havoc 2018. We had 13 days to airbag the rear of this, and yeah, there were some long hours, long nights to get it done. And basically just a simpler setup, just a cantilever setup. The whole goal of this whole truck is you can build a mini truck in your backyard still on a budget. Done great, built well and executed, just on a budget. And I said to Jim Davies, I have $5 grand. We need to bag the rear of this in 2 weeks and drive it to the show. And he goes, I guess we could do that. So that's when the Halfway Havoc Crunch started. Basically, we had no idea what we were going to do. Besides, we were going to airbag it. We didn't know if we were going to go bag over diff. We didn't know if we were going to do canny. We didn't know anything until we got it to the shed. And when we took it to the shed, took the tub off, we grinded everything that we needed off, basically cut all the leaves out, started getting everything set up, and then we decided, yeah, let's do a cantilever. I love the look of cantilevers, and that's hence the reason why I wanted to go. There was no real reason to go cantilever, to the fact that I like cantilever, my personal choice, and Jim likes cantilever for certain things. Basically, as you see the truck now, it's all done on the budget. All the painting is all done by a spray can. Everything that was done body-wise, it's just on a spray can. Or it's done with just a hammer and a dolly. There is nothing expensive on this truck. And to begin with, when we first started bagging it, I wanted to bag it on 22s. Could not find 22s within 2 weeks that would fit this truck, so luckily Jim had some 20s from his old Rodeo that seemed to work on it. And I reckon it looks pretty good on these 20s. So right now, while it's sitting behind me, we've painted the pillars, we've painted the roof, we've laced the roof. We also got a visor of a mate Chug for $100 that was supposed to fit a Hilux, but instead it fits a Triton like perfect. So I decided to put that on and paint some lace on it. This whole truck is never meant to be clean, tidy, or anything of the such. It's literally a budget truck. It's got dents, it's got scratches, it's got just wear marks everywhere, and I love it. It's how it's supposed to be. I dragged the hell out of it. It hasn't been on the road yet, but I dragged the hell out of it. It's how it should be. trucks are built to be driven, and this one's definitely driven hard. I've already got problems and it hasn't even been on the road. So right now our problem is the tail shaft. The centre bearing did not like our angles, so we've got to get a split shaft in there. What else we got to do? Needs a new Welsh plug now. Decided to drop some coolant. It needs a new carb. It needs a whole bunch of things. It is an old unit. It is 30 years old. Within the next year, it's going to get bagged in the front and possibly a body drop. Depends if Jim wants to do another crunch or not. It possibly will get wrapped, not painted. It'll probably get patina wrapped with our logo down the side, which is one thing I've had on my bucket list for a long time. Since we first started this Spud existence, I've always wanted a truck that had our logo down the side, and why not put it on this? Once it's got the bags and everything done in the front, and it lays perfectly fine how I want it, possibly get some 22s and then wrap it. That is the goal. We're going to do some more tube work in the back. We're going to replace the air tank and everything, get a smaller tank. I have a VU4 valve block from AccuAir to go in, so we will be doing that once the front's bagged. The interior is just going to be simply painted. I do have WRX GC8 bucket seats to go in the front. The whole top floor is going to get raised, and Jim's going to do some bead rolling in it, keep it nice and simple. And like I said, it's not going to be a clean truck. It's just going to be something that promotes that you can do anything on the budget. You can do anything you want if you have the right people to do it with you. One big thing that we probably will do, possibly not this year, but possibly next year, is might do an engine combo. This motor's just showing some wear and tear. It's old. It's got just over 400,000 Ks. It's been run and done. There is an engine combo that I've always wanted to do, but I won't tell any secrets. You'll have to wait and see. So be sure to like and follow our Facebook page and subscribe our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of videos coming out and a lot more stories for you to hear. So we'll see you at the next show.